The biggest legal scam ever.
You've probably seen the ads. Kalshi, Polymarket. The pitch is that you can bet on anything. The election, the Super Bowl, whether or not aliens will land in 2026. Well, I put $1,000 of my own money in to find out. Are prediction markets a scam? So I'm gonna start with
What I think they are a scam only because you can literally bet on everything, any and everything. And there's so many ways to do it. It's so easy to like gamble now. But some companies are probably scamming. So let's find out how they do it.
Polymarket. Let's see what we got. So there's $21 million in bets on what will happen before GTA 6. 55% that there will be a Russia-Ukraine ceasefire. We live in a world where you're betting on whether or not a war will have a ceasefire before a game comes out?
That's actually kind of crazy. I don't think that'll happen. I think whoever bet on that is going to lose, but we'll find out.
Well, actually, I'm kind of on board with this. I feel like some stuff is dumb. That's kind of funny. How it works. Buy yes or no shares depending on your prediction. Odds shift in real time. Place a trade. Fund your account with crypto, debit card, or bank transfer. Oh, they don't take credit cards? I mean, that's probably for the best, but okay. Oh, by trading, you agree to the terms of use and attest that you are not a U.S. person, you are not located in the U.S., and are not the resident of or located in a restricted jurisdiction. Wait, I thought you could do this in the U.S.
Well, remember how we said something about different platforms being various levels of legal?
Polymarket aren't legal yet, are they?
Not in the U.S., no, not really.
I am not going to be doing any crimes on camera. I am a good law-abiding citizen. Let's go to Kalshi.
So most of it is underground gambling. Like I don't understand too much about like Kalshi or Polymarket, but like this kind of seems super sketch if you're not legal in the U.S. Like.
Okay, so quick context, because while they're both prediction markets, Kalshi and Polymarket aren't actually the same thing. Polymarket's the one you've probably heard of, and they're also the slightly more, shall we say, problematic player in the space.
How do you feel about war?
And as we've just seen, they're technically illegal in the United States. Now, Polymarket US, which is its own thing, is coming if you want to sign up for the waitlist, but for right now, if you're an American and you keep hearing about Polymarket, well, you've been hearing about a website that you're not supposed to put money into. Kalshi is the one I can use. It is an actual CFTC regulated exchange, meaning it's approved by the same federal agency that oversees other futures trading. Now, how betting on aliens is considered the same kind of futures option as farmers hedging against a dry season is a whole other question, but that's besides the point.
So we're definitely...
So it's like Kalshi is basically where like you can predict on literally anything, but it wasn't that already the thing with like sports? Like if you think, say for the NBA finals, if you think like Spurs are winning, can't you just put yes or no? Yeah, like bet a certain amount of money. Can't you bet like a certain amount of money to see if that'll put you in profit? I feel like it's literally just that, but with like every single topic in the fucking world. So I don't know how Polymarket is not legal yet. Like that sounds perfectly safe to me. I don't know why.
A few steps I had to go through. So they needed email, a phone number, my name, my address. They wanted to scan my ID and take a selfie. And I also did have to give them the last 4 of my social, but after doing Rent-A-Center, I got to just give that out to anybody at this point. So why don't we take a closer look? I do have, as you can see here, $1,000 in my portfolio, which they apparently pay. Please check the information you entered is correct and try again. What? They take my money. What do you mean information? I gave you it all. Hey, give me some options. What are we gonna bet on? Pokemon. I mean, sorry. Where are we going to financially make questionable decisions on?
Pokemon.
I don't think they're Pokemon.
Is gambling not allowed on YouTube? Like, can you not record yourself like gambling or sports betting or Kalshi? This video might get me banned already.
Oh, okay. So you can bet on the price of packs.
This is right up your alley, dude. Go for it. You don't even have to buy packs anymore.
Who wants to buy Pokemon cards to own them? Why don't you just bet on the value of Pokemon cards?
Exactly.
My goal for this video is not to just say, these are dumb and bad. Like, I want to understand how these things work. I want to understand how legal things like Kalshi are, how they've worked through these loopholes.
Me too.
And ultimately,
I actually
what
don't understand
it's
it.
actually like to really put time and money and effort into, can you win? How does it work? And what are the downsides? Because I'm pretty skeptical.
But you can understand the pitch. No house, no bookie. You're not betting against Kalshi, you're betting against other people. Kalshi just takes a cut of every trade. To learn more, I spoke with Dr. Robin Hansen, the father of modern prediction markets.
I worked with this group called Xanadu, trying to invent the World Wide Web. And their vision, in part, was that the web would make it easier to find criticism, and that would make public conversation healthier. And I started to have doubts. And so I wondered, what else could we do instead? Those of us on the project believed that many public consensus were stupid and misinformed and misdirected. The idea was accessible to me that why not have betting markets? And couldn't the betting markets be a better, healthier context in which we would...
Was he the one that put prediction markets on the web? Dr. Robin Hansen? Because he thought like surveys or consensus were like dumb. So instead they did prediction markets? Did this guy like make prediction markets? I don't know. This is my first Series Reacts, guys. Bear with me.
Come together to form a consensus. That was my initial concept in the late 1980s.
So that's the theory, at least. Now,
1980s.
Kalshi and Polymarket aren't really what Dr. Hansen had in mind, but the core concept is here. In a market where people put their money where their mouth is, the prices are likely to reflect what the crowd actually believes, not what they say they do.
And of course, I started to read more about standard literature on financial markets, and I learned that the standard story on financial markets is that, in fact, it's hard to find information they don't embody. And then when we've had head-to-head comparisons of financial markets to other institutions at the same time, same topic, similar resources, the markets just consistently do better.
Look, I'm not a huge fan of gambling. I personally believe that some friction in gambling is a good thing. A trip to Vegas is a very different proposition than casually tapping a few buttons on your phone. But let's do this. $1,000 to see how this actually works.
Look, I don't know if this is for me. So I've been using Kalshi for a little over a week now, and I just don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Because look, I think what most people do with Kalshi is they take bets on things that they're really passionate about. But not only am I trying to not get Martha Stewarted, but even the things that I am passionate about, I feel like are really boring, right? Like, so I've made some bets. I'll actually show you my portfolio right now, which I am exclusively down on basically at this point. So I bet on some F1 stuff, but the problem is there's no F1 races right now, and most of the bets that are there are like, what's going to happen at the end of the year, so they're not really exciting. I bet on a Pikachu card going up, which I'm making some money on. I've taken a massive hit.
So are the bets that you make, are there only bets on Kalshi where you predict like super into the future, not like to next week? If there's people in chat that use Kalshi, like let me know, because I still don't get it. Like, are you predicting stuff that's gonna happen way longer than like a week, or is there some bets where you can do like a week to like 3 days or something? I don't know. It seems pretty
on betting on GTA 6, which at this point, at least as a recording right now, seems like they're
or at least it seems to me like you should not put your money on this if you don't know how it's gonna like, if you don't I don't know how it works, so like I wouldn't put my money into this yet.
about to like bring out a new trailer and confirm stuff, so I'm way down on that. The one that I was doing okay on for a minute is betting on Aliens. That's also not exciting. Like, I understand there's a fun factor here, 1000%. But to me, I don't, it doesn't click on betting real money on real world things. I'm trying to get it, but I'm not really getting it.
Here's what I keep getting stuck on. It's not that I don't personally resonate with this stuff so much. I mean, I get it, gambling is fun. The bigger question is, why are prediction markets suddenly everywhere? The ads all over sports on TV, the integrations on cable news. I mean, somebody decided that this needed to be in front of all of our faces all the time, and it's working. Kalshi and Polymarket combined did about $50 billion in trades last year. They did that much again in just March and April of this year. Something else is going on here. So I reached out to a good friend of mine, June Lee, who is an independent sports journalist and who has done some great reporting on the rise of sports betting.
At the beginning, it felt like the small kind of niche thing. And then especially over the course of the last year and a half, it's really exploded in a way that I think has been kind of surprising. I think that people would...
Yeah, because like last year or 2 years ago, like I didn't even know what Kalshi was a thing, and some people didn't, like many people didn't even know it existed. So like and now it's like almost everywhere. You see it all over your For You pages and like on YouTube and stuff, and ads. It's kind of crazy how like some stuff really blows up in the span of like a year or two, or like even a week. Like there's some things that like blow up in a week and start a trend, but then die down. So it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy.
Within the industry, both on the sports gambling side and on the prediction market side, I think I've been surprised at how rapidly it's increased. And I think the breaking point moment for me was not even in sports, but I live in New York City, and I was walking around during the Democratic primary of the mayor's race last year between Andrew Cuomo and Zoran Mondani, and you would see these massive billboards on the sides of the subway, basically being like, look at the live ads for the race between Andrew Cuomo and Zoran Mondani. It felt like a kind of brick wall hitting me, because it was like, oh, this is such a dangerous, slippery slope when you're taking sports logic and applying it to something like politics, which affects all of our lives on a day-to-day basis, even if we don't want to think about it.
Yikes. The whole pitch is that these things are supposed to be different from these shady old sports books. You know, it's more transparent when you're betting against people, not the house. Dr. Hansen's whole vision was about better information, not about late-stage capitalism. But it never quite works out like that, does it? Polymarket and Kalshi aren't blowing up because people are finding so much value in the information they provide. It's because of a serious marketing push.
Well, the kind of marketing phrase that Kalshi uses is that the sports books are rigged against you. Kalshi is decentralized. You're betting against the people. The reality of that is that a lot of these kind of private equity and like venture capital, like these major
They're saying that like most people, or most sports betting sites that are strictly for sports betting always rig it against the people, and like Kalshi is really good because like you're going against other people and not the house. So like people think it's safer that way. I don't know.
financial firms that control Wall Street are actually setting the markets for it. And so the odds on these gambling markets in many ways aren't any different from what you would see on a sports book, but the marketing campaign, because of kind of the less centralized, less regulated nature of these prediction markets, it kind of pushes people towards this idea that you're just betting against someone like me or you, when in actuality you're betting against these massive Wall Street firms. And so
Talking to June really opened my eyes to the biggest use of prediction markets, sports betting. By some estimates, it's around 90% of the volume on these markets, which is far above betting on if the president's going to say a specific word in a speech, or if those aliens are actually going to show up in 2026 or not. So since I'm not having a lot of luck betting on the boring stuff, I have an idea. So I'm here in an Angel game. Let's see how it works, shall we? So right now, the Angels have a 40% chance to win. So, as always, especially when it comes to sports, there's a million different things you can do. The first 5 innings, a bunch of other stuff. I'm just gonna do something simple. So, 2.3 times payout. So if I put $200 down and the Angels win, I make $468. Sure, I guess with that, let's see how it goes. This is a lot of fun, but it helps us look at game. Again. 1 inning left. Right now, we're at 93%.
Damn, he actually won. I wonder if you could still bet in the middle of the game, or like if it's in the beginning of the game, and like that's it. That's the only time you can bet. That seems fun.
So I'm feeling pretty good.
starting to
The
get
score's
into
5-7. It got a lot closer than it was before. Okay, I'm gonna put my phone away. I gotta lock in here. I gotta lock in.
Damn, you won.
That was a ton of
That's
fun,
great.
honestly. I think it really actually made a difference. That I was a little bit more motivated than normal. I still have somewhat conflicted feelings about Kalshi and Polymarket, but it definitely did give me a new appreciation for the way you can enjoy sports, if I'm honest with you. It was interesting for sure, but I gotta think on this a little bit. I don't know. Look, the numbers don't lie. It's not just people against each other. Maybe Kalshi and Polymarket aren't the house. I mean, that's the whole legal argument for why these things exist. But the people you are betting against are not just regular people. More than 70% of users lose money on average, and only 0.1% of accounts take 2/3 of all profits. Just the same way you're probably not going to pick better stocks than the big Wall Street firms with huge amounts of data, the same thing goes for prediction markets.
it's not just about kind of the
Is he saying like the prediction markets are like kind of like stocks, where you have to put like way more research into that kind of stuff to actually gain a profit. I think that's what he's saying, and I think I agree too. Like, for example, the mayor of New York City one, like, there's no way you actually put your money on a side without like doing your research. So it kind of seems like a stock thing more than like actual betting. But I don't know. We'll find out more.
The technical way that things actually work in the world. It's how these systems are applied to kind of the existing cultural narratives and the emotions and feelings that we have towards sports and the romantic idea of we have towards sports.
Who could have guessed? The odds were stacked against you the whole time. So at this point, I have definitely seen enough. I closed all of my positions and cashed out of Kalshi yesterday. And wouldn't you know it, the second I went to withdraw the money, Kalshi flagged my account for suspicious activity. Because of course they did. So I now need to contact customer service to get things withdrawn. But regardless, I've already donated the $265 I
Sounds like Kalshi is trying to keep your money, eh? That's kind of stupid.
Made from the Angels game to the National Council for Problem Gambling. Prediction markets didn't just slowly build up to $50 billion in trading volume. They exploded.
Crazy number, by the
2
way.
years ago, this is a niche thing, but today, there's subway billboards, ads all over YouTube and TV. I mean, we're looking at two of the biggest platforms in the world, with valuations in the tens of billions. The idea of a prediction market, it's not necessarily a bad one. Dr. Hansen had some of the right ideas, but what Kalshi and Polymarket are doing, allowing anyone to bet on basically anything, it's just problematic. It enables truly wild stories, like the soldier who bet on the outcome of his own mission to capture the president of Venezuela on...
Wasn't there a story, literally, where the quarterback from Texas Tech got banned for like 2 games for betting on his own thing? Damn, that's bright. Sorsby was ruled ineligible by the NCAA after it discovered he had wagered approximately $90,000 on professional and college sports over 4 years, including 40 bets involving Indiana football when he was a freshman and with the Hoosiers in 2022. The NCAA denied Texas Tech's appeal for reinstatement Friday. So I don't know if he was doing it through Kalshi or something else, but that was crazy when I heard that Texas Tech quarterback was getting banned for like 2 games when he should have deserved more, people were saying. Anyways, back to the video.
Polymarket. I mean, sure, he got caught for being a dumbass, but I think it's a good snapshot of just how out of control things can get when there are no adults in the room. I am not gonna dance around what happened here. The rules have essentially been abandoned. The Commodity Futures Trading Commission, or the CFTC, is the federal agency that's supposed to regulate futures, which is where prediction markets fall under. They're a small agency designed to ensure that nefarious behavior is kept to a minimum. According to a New York Times investigation, the CFTC really has been flattened at this point. I mean, there's so much here. People being fired for speaking out. There's only a single commissioner left, who used to be a lawyer for crypto and prediction market firms. And there's also this.
Why did you guys make Donald Trump Jr. a strategic advisor?
We have a lot of advisors.
What kind of advice does he give you?
So it really is, again, about growing prediction markets.
What's his role? I mean, this is the son of the president.
We have a lot of advisors.
He's not just any advisor. He has a direct line to the White House.
We have a lot of advisors.
Well, I think that kind of speaks.
Is it that Kalshi is like getting intertwined with politics? That's kind of crazy. Like people are making decisions, or like politicians are making decisions based on what people are saying on Kalshi or Polymarket.
That's for itself, doesn't it? So are prediction markets a scam? Honestly, Kalshi will let you bet on aliens. Polymarket will let you bet on whether the president says bigly in a press conference, and those bets will resolve fairly. I mean, the platforms aren't lying about what they're selling, but these are not designed to make information more freely available. They might as well be casinos that live in your pocket, pretending to be a financial product that really feel like they're just growing as fast as they can because the regulator who is supposed to be in charge is asleep at the wheel. What do you think is more likely? Humanity benefits from the information on Kalshi and Polymarket, or it all turns into Biff Tannen's Pleasure Palace.
Hello? Hello, anybody home? Huh? Think, McFly, think!
I know which one I'd bet on. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe to the channel and ring-a-ling that ding.
W video. What I got from that was basically that, like, Kalshi is a prediction market where you can bet on anything, anywhere, at any time. But that politicians are getting involved and, like, starting to abuse power, not abuse power, but, like, make decisions based on what people are saying on Polymarket or Kalshi. That's pretty crazy. W video. I'll see you guys in the next one. W first react video.